standing in this field, wondering how I feel about standing in this field.
Let's give it love, sweet little Tiffany.
Hello. Today we're going to take a good hard look at the Kombo Audio mobile PA system from Denmark. So this is the whole freaking PA, and it's battery powered, and it has wireless modules, and there's a lot to it. So what happened? These guys came to Gear Street this year and just had a blast. Dennis and Kenneth, that sounds funny, they just got the event. They hung out in the garden, put every YouTuber and their mom through it, went up into the field. There were so many things they did with the system, and everyone generally had a good time. I hung out in the whirlpool for quite a while, just listening to Perfecto de Castro play nylon strings through it in the garden. So, fun was had. But of course, we review things on the channel, so we need to take a look at this. Let me show you some clips from we don't really have audio, so I'm just going to narrate. We have audio for some of it. Perfecto and Carsten were doing like a little jam up on the bench, and that actually sounded really nice and came down the whole street, and they seemed to enjoy it because with this system you can have up to 7 different people plugged into it plus Bluetooth. So with 2 people it's highly underutilized. Then Bernd Kills performed one of his songs up on the road in the fields and posed the living crap out of it, and he pumped Bluetooth into it and played guitar through the built-in module with a simulation, a little bit of a amp sim. We're going to get into this. And then I said, well, we actually need a real test of the system, which means a band. So vocals, acoustic, electric, and bass. And that's when Andy wrote the Playing in a Field, Something About Fields song. I got a little bit of camera audio from this, so check it out.
Wonder how I feel about standing in a field. Is any of this real? I wish I was with you out standing in this field, but you're not here. Well, standing in this field. Oh, 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 oh. We're out standing in this field. Oh, 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 oh. We're out standing in this field.
Perfect, thank you.
Now, I find this highly entertaining and super enticing because you can have this thing in the middle of a field, no wires necessary, super fast setup, which means, of course, for busking, small concerts, club gigs. Oh, that reminds me, at the restaurant where we ate at the Obermühle, Andy did a whole acoustic show for us. I got some clips from that.
I wasn't expecting Scooby-Doo tonight.
Totally forgot that I had some of that on my phone. So we really did utilize this in ways that you would use it. So let's get into it. I have some cheat sheets here. We got 7 inputs plus the Bluetooth, so technically 8 inputs. It's of course mono. 4 of those inputs can be wireless. And then you got this panel here for wired connections, and we're going to get into it, what they can do. 2 of the wireless transmitters, 1 for mic and 1 for stringed instruments, they make that distinction, is included. And you can buy more if you have 2 more guitars or 2 more microphones, whatever. You can buy up to 2 more. I mean, you can buy 50 more if you wanted to, but you can only plug in 2 more. These on these ports, which are like here, 1, 2 up here, and you can see this clips in with magnets, and another one over here. Bam. And they firmly sit there. Something about light transmitting, because there's a little bit of a window, and I don't quite know exactly what that all does, but it does things. And then, what else? The speaker itself is about 15 kilo. It's not ultra lightweight, but I mean, for a PA, mobile, I'm okay with that. It is very rugged. All around it is rubber. Literally all around it. You can see that on one side the rubber is indented. On the other side it is indented, I don't know. So that you can stack them. I don't know how the audio gets transmitted if you stack them. I have no idea. I don't think it does. But you can stack these easily. On the top and the bottom are handles, which means you can carry it like this rather nicely, but it also means there is no sticky any hole for a stand. So this is not a stand mounted speaker. On the exterior, the gray stuff is not plastic, it's a Tolex type fake elephant leather. Rather nice. Also in the back here, they didn't have to do that, but it's neat. Battery life is 30 hours on medium level. That's ridiculous. And realistically, let's say 13 to 15 hours on full blast. And that's a long time. That means you can play a gig and then another gig and easily another gig. Now, if you wanted to go to a desert island where this would be a killer system, hint, hint, gassed away, maybe next year, who knows? And you wanted to take more of these batteries, you do not have to buy them from Kombo Audio. These easily come off, and you can buy these from third parties on the internet. Anywhere, really. And there's a little thing at the bottom that shows you how charged it is. Full charge is about 2 hours. It does take the included power supply, which goes into a little 24-volt input. So you strap this down, which is actually a very low-techy way of having the battery in this unit. It doesn't really click in. The contacts clearly make a firm connection, but they didn't have to manufacture a hole that it goes into with a click mechanism that is difficult to open and you break your finger off. I mean, it really is this. And then it is, I'm doing this one-handed right now, right? It looked cumbersome and difficult, but it isn't. And now it does turn on. So that's a very low-tech way of doing this. Way to go, Kombo Audio. I wouldn't think I would have trusted that, but it works. So that means you can buy a couple of these batteries, I don't know how much they are, and literally run this thing for days. Literally days. Let's get into the wireless module ports. Now, we have these transmitters for stringed instruments. They do not come with a plug directly into the guitar. They're also rather big. And for me, I would say a little bit too bulky and cumbersome. Also, the clip is kind of the wrong way around because you want to clip it in like this, but then this is down. It's a little bit weird, but of course you can detach the clip and change it around any way you want. They are a little bit bigger, which is why you wouldn't want this on your guitar. So you have to have, and that's weird, it doesn't come with one, you have to have a patch cable to go to your acoustic, electric, or bass. Not a big deal, but why not include a patch cable? Now on these you have on-off channel. There's up to I think 8 channels or 7. And in this case it says feedback. In the manual it said phase, but that actually allows you to eliminate, once there's a feedback on your acoustic, you push this, it changes the phase and eliminates feedback. Kind of nice. They do get charged with micro USB, which is always the flimsiest of all the USBs. It's better than mini, but this should have been USB-C for a product released this year, I think. It just feels it feels, again, a little bit too flimsy. USB-C feels more sturdy. Now this connects to one of these discs. And on the disc, which just clicks in, once this is turned on, the disc turns on. On the disc, we have well, now it's waiting for, here we go. I have, by the way, 2 of the transmitters and 2 of the receivers, but I don't know which one is which. I mean, it's relatively easy to find out. Fiddle with it, you see where levels coming in, but I wish they were kind of labeled. I mean, of course, I can label them with a Sharpie, but that feels like a little bit of an oversight. Maybe have something here with a sticker, I don't know. So, you can see there's a ring, and the whole thing becomes a huge turny pot. Now, on the string one, I can pick whether it's for acoustic, guitar amp, or bass amp. And why is this irrelevant? Well, because these have built-in effects. Not a lot of them, but they are there. On the acoustic, I think there's FX1 and FX2. So you go through them with up and down clickies. The first one is volume. And then, I don't know, on the acoustic, there's reverb and compression, which you then again, set up. That's probably compression. No, tone warmth. We could really fatten up the acoustic with this. So there's reverb and warmth. Then and then there's EQ, high, mid, and low. Very, very cool. On the guitar amp, there's reverb and drive. So you can't do much, but there's a bit of drive, really ranging from clean to distortion. And on the bass amp, there's drive and compression, as you would want for bass. Very nice. The little switch is extremely flimsy and doesn't really necessarily represent the quality of the whole system. I wish this was done either with a little push button to cycle through it. That is something that I do not necessarily trust, and full disclosure, one of these systems that I had here, the switch did break. So that is something to maybe either offer a warranty Kombo Audio if that breaks, or change that. And let's see what the guitar sounds are like, and I'm just gonna steal this from my buddy Carsten's video because I'm an asshole. Here's Carsten.
You can hear it. It goes pristine clean. Let's dial it. Dial it in. That's all the way up. So as you can hear, it sounds pretty Marshall-y. I hope, and that's a good thing because I like Marshall, obviously. So let's dial it back to this sweet spot and plug in a little booster, a red one, and go full on metal!
You will always remember. Carry on, nothing make what we
I mean, it's not a full-featured modeler, but you know what? For a bit of reverb and a bit of drive, and you could even, plug a pedal board into it, so you don't necessarily need to bring an amp if you're busking or you're just, playing the wedding. It could absolutely do the job. On the vocal one, it doesn't have the switch. It has phantom power. The XLR input on the unit does not. This has phantom power. And there's compression and reverb and a 3-band EQ and volume. And again, you just, hey, bam, turn this on. And Bob's your uncle. I'm going to turn this off again. This one. Off. And here's my vocal one. Ah! Well, clearly you plug in a mic and you're done. That's now on channel 7. 1 battery tick. It charges relatively fast with the micro USB and gives you a runtime with phantom power of about 5 hours. And I think the stringed one close to 10 or something like this. So now the thing is, hello. I do not see any input. It would be nice to actually just see like input level or something, which you don't really have. There isn't a gain, there is a volume. I assume there's lots of clever stuff going in there, so I don't actually need that. So that's how you would do that. And again, a little bit on the clunky side. It's not that it's big, which it is, but it's also, sorry Kombo Audio, it's a bit plasticky. It's just a feeling. Is it necessary? No. But it feels like this could be a bit sturdier in quality. Why does it have a clip on it? Well, if it's directly hooked to the mic, you don't really care. But you could, of course, put this in your pocket or on your belt and then have a short cable running if you so desire. So, let's check out a performance with vocals, acoustic guitar, and bass, all on their respective settings. Very important, please use headphones. I use the binaural microphone, so it really captures the scene exactly as if you're standing at that distance right there. The microphone was mounted to the camera, recorded directly to the camera. That is also why you will hear the drone whirring around. Sometimes the drone was way too close to the camera, even though I told my brother fly far away. But that really puts you into the scene. It shows you that this is an unprocessed recording of that scene. So yeah, there is drones whirring around. Who cares? Enjoy.
Ah, yeah?
I've been waiting and getting that you're gone for good. Think I better burn your lighters, wish I only could. Forget you, but instead you keep appearing in my dreams like a vision. Your decision has been made as it seems. Don't leave me standing here like an idiot in the rain. Oh, I miss your tender kisses and your lovely smile. And I damn those other men who made you say goodbye. Should've known that I'd blown it when you walked away. The direction of your affection how long gone astray. But don't leave me standing here like an idiot in the rain. I'll always hold you dear. Only you can ease my pain, make my troubles disappear. Why don't we start again? Let's give it love, sweet little Tiffany. Come let me show you what we used to be. Yeah. Let's give it love, sweet little Tiffany. 'Cause without love, there's only oxygen we breathe. I'm alone, I'm overthrown, and I've been betrayed. Altogether tired and feathered, but I'm not afraid. Pretty please, I'm on my knees, I don't know what I've done. Didn't hurt you, what I said you wouldn't dare to run. Don't leave me standing here like an idiot in the rain. I'll always hold you dear. Only you can ease my pain, make my troubles disappear. Why don't we start again? Let's give it a love, sweet little Tiffany. Come, let me show you what we used to be. Let's give it a love, sweet little Tiffany. Without love, there's only oxygen we breathe. One second chance would just be fair. We shouldn't ditch the things we can repair. Can repair. Tonight's the night to get it done. Oh, you see that fun has just begun. Just begun. Let's give it love. Let's give it love, sweet little Tiffany. Come, let me show you what we used to be. Let's give it love, sweet little Tiffany. 'Cause without love, there's only oxygen we breathe. Let's give it love, sweet little Tiffany. Come, let me show you what we used to be. Let's give it love, sweet little Tiffany. Without love, there's only oxygen we breathe. Oh, 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 oh,
Naja, besser wird's nicht. So, that shows you what's possible. Let me turn that off again. There's volume. There's a mute, which is very nice. There's an instrument input, and there are 3 extra inputs, which is nice. Instrument input, mic input, no phantom power there, and line input, balanced. But the thing is, why not just have 3 combo inputs? That's what I don't quite understand. That way you could have 3 XLR inputs, 3 line inputs. So 3 combo inputs where you can switch from mic, instrument to line. That would have been cool, but technically it gives you 1 extra mic input because there's a line for keyboards, mic, and instrument. What if you don't need an instrument? Yes, you could put a keyboard in there and really get the level down, but I mean, it would have been smart to have it just be 3 inputs capable of anything. And combo jacks are the way to go, if you ask me. There is a USB out for power. So you can power something with this battery, which is nice if you want to charge your phone or something else. There's a little micro USB for service. We don't care about that. They never mentioned that in the manual. The thing needs a dedicated power supply to charge. It would have been nice for that just to be an IEC power plug, but it isn't. So if you're carrying that with you, just a power plug that you find anywhere isn't going to do it. You have to carry the power supply with you. Which brings us to the summary, really, of this whole thing. First thing I noticed when walking up there and setting up is I would have loved to have a dedicated carrying case, because all this stuff plus patch cables were in my camera case. So having something where these go in and actually, of course I took it out of the camera case, and then the question was, oh wait, which of these 2 goes to which transmitter? If they're in a case, I don't know, something like this, you know, this is of course for a microphone, but something where these sit in dedicated inputs, you know, something like this, so they belong to each other. That would be nice. And then I have this thing and this, and maybe this has a little Velcro strap to go directly on top of here or something. Because right now, I need to have a backpack or whatever to carry all this. A little bit of an annoyance. Would have been nice if they had thought about that. But of course, that's easily addable, or you get yourself a case like this on Amazon for $10. Or even better, get this, if this had the same mounting mechanism as the modules, there's already magnetism happening. For transport, the carrying case just clips onto this magnetically, and then you're done, you take it off, and you only carried one thing. Boink! Wouldn't that make sense? I think the pricing for the whole system at $12.29 plus VAT, which comes out to $14.60, is fair. The battery life is long. The thing is rugged. It is loud. Out of the box, it gives you 5 inputs depending on the sources you have. Okay, it gives you 2 mic inputs, 2 instrument inputs, and a line input, and Bluetooth. Bluetooth is very easily connected, by the way. With the 2 transmitters and receivers, and this $12.29 plus VAT comes out to about $1,500. I think is absolutely fair. It is expandable with more modules. It is expandable with more batteries. You're going to the festival. There's going to be a partner just to play music. There's going to be a partner to jam on the tent. There's going to be your partner if you go to the corner at the festival and jam there. If you're going to be in the street, busking, at the wedding gig, at the restaurant gig like Andy did. There's a million uses for this. Ireland! So yes, there are a couple of things I wish were different. These things... This feels ridiculous. The modules feel a bit flimsy, so don't throw them around, okay? These are a bit bulky, and do I like that you have to have a cable? There's pros and cons to both. Having just a thing sticking out, that's not cool, especially in that coming from your guitar. So, plus and minus, pros and cons. But they should have a little patch cable that comes with it. Love the fact that the battery is exchangeable. Does it make sense that this doesn't go on a stand? I think that's fine. So the whole price, including 2 modules, fine. I have a bit of an issue with the price for an additional set. Because this set, which of course only works with this, is as much as a pretty decent wireless system. It's €375 plus VAT. And for $375, realistically, I could buy a Sennheiser. I could buy a Shure. I could buy a pretty high-end wireless system that, of course, does not have effects built in. I get that. There isn't a guitar simulation, bass simulation. There isn't reverb. Okay, I get that. But $375 for this seems a bit steep given what I'm holding. Let's put it that way. I might be completely off. And the same thing goes for the vocal set. Another vocal set will run you $375. Now, that will put a fully equipped system with 4 wireless sets past the $2,000 mark. And I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking. It's up to you. Fact is, there are similar systems out there. I will review the Bose S1 Plus Pro, that one. Great system. I know that, I think JBL has one too. There are companies coming out with these all battery powered wireless systems now. But I don't think any of them are meant to be played by 7 people at the same time, given the fact that it has to be the right 7 people, with the ins and outs. But I can't see that happening. The ins and outs, outs. It does not have an out. That's a little bit of a It doesn't have the whole mix goes out to another speaker. What if I wanted to extend this system? Okay, there is no output. So I couldn't go to a second speaker. I couldn't go out to a recording unit or whatever. That would have been nice and is a little bit of a letdown. But I can't think of a wireless system with this much battery power and this ruggedness. It's built like a tank, in a price range like this. So I think in general, they did extremely well for a startup. They're young guys, handsome guys, if I might say so, from Denmark. And if you are in the market for playing out, check out the Kombo audio systems. Check out the other systems on the market too. Do your research. Do your due diligence. Do. But this should be on the list. That's all I'm saying. And I'm saying that with all my criticism, and even though they paid me. But that's what I do. I review. That's what I do. I review. Pros and cons are there. I think the pros outweigh the cons. And I'm happy that I have this system now, because I can take it with me for video shoots. It will absolutely serve me well for certain things that I need to do that I couldn't have done without the system. So thank you, Kombo Audio. You guys have been awesome. I hope you come back to Gear Street next year and we do more really crazy shit. I'll put links below to their website. You can get it directly from them in Denmark. And we'll also put animals at the end.
Had a face, and the face I loved was washed away with dirty